Good morning. It's Wednesday, hump day, the middle of the week. And more important than that for me, this is the day 42 years ago today, Suzanne and I married. This is our anniversary. And last night we had a celebratory dinner because we both have meetings tonight. So we ordered pizza and brought it back because it was pizza that brought us together in the beginning. It was our first love. So we had pizza. But you know, any relationship, any marriage, or whether you're married or not, you pass through different seasons of life as a believer, as a Christian. And as I had a chance to reflect over the seasons of our lives together, we married, we were both Christians, and so we began 42 years ago today the challenge of focusing on the Lord and realizing that He had a plan for our lives, and trying not to allow anything to get in the way of that, anything to be an obstacle, anything to lead us in a different direction. And so over the years, you know, those seasons that I mentioned, the season of being together alone, newly married, and then the season of children, and then the children growing up, the middle school years, the high school years, the college years, and then beyond, and then the empty nest, so-called. We passed through all of those years, and in every season we've tried to focus on the Lord in such a way that we would not be distracted from Him by all of the things that are going on in our lives. And there's plenty that goes on as you pass through those seasons, aren't there? So one of the little tricks I would use would be to take a verse that would be a good reminder to us and post it on our refrigerator. Because the refrigerator doesn't move, it just stays there in the middle of the house unless you move, and then you post it again, or post a different verse up. One of the verses I posted early on, I think before we had children, was Isaiah 48:17. It goes like this: I am the Lord, your God, the Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, who teaches you how to profit and leads you in the way that you should go. And that for us was a reminder that if we valued God in our lives, if we're really focused on Him, He would value us, and He would teach us how to be profitable. And I don't mean in monetary terms, materially profitable, because some of the happiest days of our marriage were days when we had virtually nothing, the early days of our marriage. So it had nothing to do with money. It was being profitable, being benefiting from our relationship with the Lord, and knowing that He had a plan for our lives that went way beyond money or career or jobs. He is the Lord your God, the Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, who teaches you how to profit and leads you in the way that you should go. And so that verse appeared on our refrigerator for years, and it was always a reminder to us. These next 3 weeks, two of the next 3 weeks, because Conan is going to preach in the middle week, the last Sunday of the month, we're going to be focusing on giving. And giving that goes beyond the offering plate. Being profitable in the broadest sense of that word. And it begins with our money, I think. It begins by giving to the Lord's work, but it goes way beyond that. We're going to talk about being profitable by trusting in the Lord and removing every obstacle that we can that gets in the way of our relationship with Him, so that He can pour into our lives the wealth that He has, and because He values us, He pours it into our lives as we focus on Him. So we're going to be looking at that. Tonight we have a Zoom meeting, Let's Talk, where we're going to kind of dig into Sunday's message. So the questions for discussion to think about are on your note today. Also, pay attention, if you would, to the prayer requests at the bottom of the note as we pray for each other, as we trust the Lord to be working in our lives through these times. So have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope to see you tonight. God bless.